Good morning. So I have a lot of stuff to do today, but before I got started with my day, I just wanted to kind of give like an update. I have a forky AirPod case and I hate it. So anyway, I haven't really been on my channel in like forever, but I just kind of wanted to like, I guess, give like an update on my life or something. And I'm starving, so if you hear my stomach, like, it's just because I'm starving. So, long story short, since the last time I've been on YouTube, I've learned that I'm infertile, and I've been trying to scientifically have a baby. And I call it scientifically because it's not natural. And so yeah, that's been like taking like a toll on me, and I think I've tried to record this part of the video, like this is my third time now, because I just don't know how to like get the words out to like sum it up, and I don't want it to be like super long and drawn out. But basically, so 2016 I have a baby, and then I healed from my C-section because I had an emergency C-section. So I healed from that whole ordeal, which was a process in itself, and I get the Mirena installed, and it's like very painful, but I heard that that's kind of like, that's the thing sometimes, and I kept going back periodically to have it checked to make sure it was like where it's supposed to be, because I didn't know if the pains that I were feeling were normal. So everything was where it's supposed to be, and that was that. And then I go for my annuals, and they check it, and they're like, it's fine, and you know, again, think nothing of it. And then on my second year of having it, we decided, okay, the baby's 2 now, we should give him a sibling. So again, have my annual in January, everything's fine, it's where it's supposed to be, and then I schedule my appointment to have it removed like a week or 2 afterwards. So I go for that appointment, and the Mirena's gone, and my doctor's like, well, did it come out? Like, did you see it? I'm like, I think I would have saw that like fall out of my body. Like, I don't think I would just, you know, not notice it. So they did an ultrasound, they couldn't find it, had to go have an x-ray, and then I had to wait that entire weekend to figure out if they found it or not, and they did. It was under my lung in my rib cage. So my doctor's like, well, I mean, you don't really have to get it out because it's plastic, but you know, if you really want to, we can do the surgery to get it out. So I'm like, obviously I don't want that in my body. Like, you know, it's like an inanimate object, just it's unknown, it's foreign, it's just floating around in there. I don't want it. So I have the surgery to get it out. And during this time, like literally I wake up from surgery and my husband's like, oh, I got a new job, we're moving. And I'm just like, okay. So there's already added stress on top of the whole, I just had to have surgery because my Mirena disappeared. And so my cycles were like becoming super irregular. And I know I was hearing about some people who would just get pregnant like right when they got off the Mirena. So, you know, I'm like, ooh, baby, we're pregnant. Like, wow. But I wasn't pregnant. And my cycles were just like consistently being inconsistent. So I would not have a cycle for 50 days, 60 days. Like, they just were not regular. So I kept reaching out to my doctor back home because, you know, I haven't really established care up here because I had just got everything done. And they're like, well, you know, your body just has to get used to it, and you know, it takes for up to a year to have a baby, blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, cool. So a year goes by, all right, no baby comes out. And I'm like, something's gotta give, you know. And I'm like seeing a doctor up here. So my primary, she's like, sounds like you might have PCOS. You need to go see an OB just to like confirm. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go see an OB, and they do an ultrasound, and I freaking hate these like ultrasounds that like go inside of you. Like, I hate them. But little did I know I was gonna have to start having them like every other week. Anyway, so go to the OB, she does the ultrasound, she's like, yeah, you got PCOS, take this metformin, take it twice a day, that should get you regular, ta-da, you poop out a baby. Okay, cool. So I'm taking the metformin and I was getting regular, and then I stopped and I was like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. I'm doing everything you're telling me to do. You told me to take the metformin and, be healthier. Don't eat a bunch of Chick-fil-A. Okay, like I'm doing that and nothing is working because I'm irregular again. And they're like, well, I don't know what to do. You need to go see a fertility specialist. So I'm like, well, that escalated quickly. So I go have my first appointment with the fertility specialist, and I had to take my best friend with me because my husband had to work. And it was a weird experience just because I wasn't prepared for the experience. That's the word. Because, you're in a doctor's office and it's like the waiting room is filled with so many different people, and then you're going in to talk to the doctor, but you're talking to them at a round table. And the only other time I had talked to someone, like a medical professional, at a round table was when I had to go to a dietitian because, I'm not losing weight. And then, PCOS. Okay, cool. So I'm sitting down with her, and, they have the tissues ready, and she, brings out her computer to look at my chart because everything's electronic now because, it's 2020, but this was 2019, but, same thing. And she's pulling out a regular sheet of paper, and she starts writing all this stuff down. And she's like, okay, well, this is what we need to do a workup on you. This is what we would do, but you've already had this done and it looks normal. And then we just have to look at your husband, but I feel like it's you. And I'm like, okay, great. I thought it was me too. Thank you for, agreeing with me. And so she's like, based on your cycle day that you're on at this appointment, I need you to come back in 2 days, and you're going to do this HSG, which is an acronym for this long name that it's like a hysterol something. Okay, it looks at your ovaries and your uterus. Okay, that's what it does. And she's like, you need to come have this done, and it might be a little painful. People do say it's painful, but we need to do it and we need to see what's going on. So I'm like, well, I'm not really having time to process this, so I didn't really want to commit to that appointment, but my mom and my husband were like, do it. So I'm like, okay. But I was telling her, I do not have a high pain tolerance, so if you want to give me something beforehand, that's cool. I just don't want to be in a lot of pain from this procedure. So she prescribed me some narcotic, so I took that before I went, and I did it was still a little painful, okay? Dye is not supposed to go up your uterus, period. It doesn't like it. It's not normal. It hurts. And they were like, you can see the results, right away. Because they were like, do you want to watch? And I was like, sure. What else am I going to do? Just stare at the freaking ceiling? Come on, occupy my brain. And they shoot the dye through, and the doctor who did my procedure, he's like, okay, well, that looks normal. So we'll see you at your follow-up in 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, that told me nothing. And then they were like, well, this might clean you out, or, it might get things flowing again so you could conceive this cycle after this HSG. So I'm like, cool. Newsflash, I didn't. So I go back to my appointment, and this time I have my husband. Smart. And she's like, okay, well, we're just going to do the analysis on you. And then, we did everything on your wife, and it's basically the results are she just doesn't ovulate. So I don't ovulate anymore, which is weird. I don't know why I don't ovulate anymore. I feel kind of abnormal, and I don't like thinking about the fact that I'm in my early 20s. All of my medical chart is normal. My labs are normal. I'm not excessively overweight, but in my opinion, I'm a little hefty, okay? But, everything on paper looks normal, and I look normal on the outside, so it's just hard to process the fact that something, I don't know what, had to have happened that now I have an ovulatory problem and I don't ovulate on my own. And I it's something that I kind of beat myself up about, like, internally, because not only am I infertile, which is like a big deal, but I just, like, my reproductive system is just, it's off. You know, I don't have my cycles regularly. I have other issues I don't want to talk about on the internet, but it's just like a lot to process at one time. So I have been like in a depression, okay? And it's hard because when you try to talk to other people about it, they don't get it. Because, you know, well, they said you could have a baby, you just have to do this, this, and this, and then do like this, and have this injected, and have this harvested, you know, and it's just like, it's a lot to process, and it makes me feel like I'm not like a real woman, I guess you could say, because, you know, like, women, you know, they have the eggs and they make the babies and they carry the babies, and, you know, it's just, it's a lot to kind of process. So I'm like dealing with the infertility, and then you know, I'm trying to like work again, because I was like, I need my own identity, so I'm going back to work, and I'm like going to all these jobs, and it's not working. So it's like, that's not working out, my infertility stuff, and I was just feeling like invisible, and I was feeling lost, you know what I mean? And I just, at the end of the year, you know, like in November, we did our first cycle of, you know, trying to have this baby, and it didn't work. And they tell you that it might not work, and you know that it, you know, there's a higher chance that it won't work, but it's hard to like not get your hopes up when everything on paper looks like it's supposed to, and it feels like, you know, everything, all the odds are like in your favor. So it's hard for it to be processed that it didn't work, and there's really nothing you could like do about it to make it work. Like, there's nothing you could have changed, there's nothing that you could have did different. And I kind of like hit my breaking point at that time, because this was like, I was supposed to test on the 20th, so like right before Christmas, and then, you know, that was supposed to be like, okay, you're pregnant, okay, you're not, whatever. But I just felt like it didn't work. I felt like it didn't work on like week 1, because you know, you have the 2-week wait, and I tested just because I haven't seen like a positive test in a while. So I tested, and because I had all the hormones still in me, you know, it was positive. So then I was like, okay, so when I test again, and if it comes out positive, then I know it's real. If I test again, it's negative, then, you know, it ain't happening. And, you know, it ain't happening because it was negative. And I think I kind of got beat up more than, like, my husband did. I don't know if I don't really know what he's feeling, to be honest with you, because, you know, men, they don't talk about their feelings. But I talk about my feelings, okay, and I felt devastated that it didn't work. And, you know, when I told my doctor, like, hey, it didn't work this time, she's like, okay, will you call us whenever you get your cycle, and we'll start again. And part of me was like, okay, we're going to start again. But then the other part of me was like, no, I don't think I can, like, deal with the fact that it's not working. Like, I don't think I can deal with that again. So I had, like, this moment where I was just like, you know what? I'm not happy with my life. I'm not happy with where I'm working. I'm not happy with what I'm doing. I'm not happy, like, with anything. I'm done. And I quit my job, and I am back home again. And then, you know, I have a sewing machine that my grandfather got me before he passed away. And it's like a really nice sewing machine. And every time we would move, I would not sell it, even though I could use the money, because that's like $2,000-$3,000 now in value. But I couldn't sell it, because it's like, you know, this is what he gave me. Like, he bought this for me, and I just want to hold on to it, and I want to learn. I've always said to myself, you know, like, I want to sew. Like, I want to sew a quilt. I want to sew a quilt. And every year I'm like, I want to sew a quilt. I never sew the quilt, but I look at the videos of people making their quilts. I'm like, I want to do that. Like, I want to try that. And then you know, when I quit my job, I kind of went back and I was like, at one point in my life, like, when was I like the happiest? And that was when I was like doing embroidery, and like mostly embroidery is what I did. And I still had my multi-needle machine. That, I don't think I said that right. Multi-needle machine, because I would never sell that either. And so I went into the storage and I brought everything out and I just started like doing what I do. I still had it, you know, and I was like, I'm gonna put my stuff back on Etsy, because I had my stuff on Etsy, but I didn't really do anything with it, and I only had like 1 or 2 sales, so, you know, I didn't really do anything with it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna put my stuff back on Etsy, and I did that, and I kind of hit a little hiccup, like with money or something like that. And I started to feel like, oh my God, I just like screwed up. I shouldn't have quit my job. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I'm always doing some stupid crap. And then I looked at my phone, like I went in the shower, and then I like came out to look at my phone because I left my phone in the kitchen. And I had an Etsy order, and I was like, what? I got an Etsy order. And so then I clicked on it, and it was like, she ordered 2 shirts, and I was like, cool. And then the next day I got another order, and then it just like kept happening, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm like on to something. And then my friend, you know, the same best friend, who's like, I'm gonna go with you and we're gonna tackle infertility together, I'll carry the baby, like, you know, she's like very gung-ho friend, and she's like, you know, I want to help you with this, so this is so fun. So we like partnered up together and now we're doing it together. And I mean, I'm like super happy about it. I mean, like, I feel like it's going well, but obviously I want more. So I'm like, what else can I do to like get more traffic to my Etsy, and like, what can I do to be like happier? Because I'm happy right now. I want to be happier. And I remember I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel, and I've always wanted to like share my life, just because I enjoy looking at other people's lives. And even though they feel like their lives are mundane, like I feel like my life is, you know, irrelevant. I don't know. I just like seeing other people and like relating to other people. So then I'm like, maybe I can relate to someone. So ta-da! Here we are making this video. So I mean, I would like to do like a day in the life here and there. And then my best friend and I, her name is Gabby, okay? We were thinking about like maybe every week doing like a new craft or something. I say or something a lot, and I've just now noticed this like 2 weeks ago, and now I can't stop saying or something. But yeah, we like wanted to do like a new craft every week, just because it's still fun to create things. And I mean, even though we do have orders and stuff to do, it's still fun to kind of like have that outlet to like create something new. Because last time I was in the crafting space, the only like the hot thing was vinyl and embroidery. Like that was what it was, you know? And that was 5 years ago. It's been a while. And now like the thing is sublimation, right? And I was like, I want to do that. Like that is so cool. Like I need to do that. And I'm looking at these printers and I'm like, I can't afford that right now. You know, I just quit my job. And I was up one night, or early one morning, because, you know, I have this problem where I can't sleep at night. And people were saying they're taking Epson printers and they're putting this ink in it, and ta-da, you have like a wide format printer. So I'm like, maybe I could afford an Epson. And ta-da, I got an Epson. I just ordered it, and I got it from Walmart, and they're like, oh, you can just pay $18 a month. And obviously I'm going to pay the freaking printer off. I mean, it's a $150 printer or $200 printer. Like, it's not an expensive printer compared to the other sublimation printers, but I was like, they're not gonna let me get this printer for $18 a month. Like, that's just crazy talk. And ta-da, I got it. And I was like, wow, I'm getting this printer. And then my husband came home and was like, hey, so I did something today. And he was like, oh, what'd you do? And I was like, oh, I bought a printer. I feel like it was a sign because it just happened too quickly. It happened too easily. And so I took that as a sign. And, for the longest, my mom has been saying, 2020, that's going to be like everyone's year. Like, that's going to be our year, And I mean, people say that about every year. But she's been saying 2020 for like 4 years now. And I don't know, like maybe she was onto something because I feel like 2020 is it. Like, I feel like this is good. I feel like I'm doing good. I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. Like, I'm feeling good. And I haven't really thought about the fact that I don't ovulate until my phone's like, hey, your period should be here today. And I'm like, it's not. Don't remind me. I'll talk to you in 2 weeks when it finally comes, Like, that's the only part where I'm like, I have an ovulatory disorder. But yeah, that's basically it. That's where I want to update you. I shipped off an order yesterday. I have to ship off another order today, and I have to ship off 2 orders tomorrow. So I'm a little busy today, trying to get everything done, and then I still have to order business cards. I haven't done that yet, and I feel like I want to have my own website as well. And then I just feel like it's better to like share good things with everyone around you that you love and care about. So I'm trying to have everyone, like my mom, my grandma, and my husband, and my, she's like my sister. She's my sister friend. I'm trying to have everyone involved just because I feel like we can all benefit from it. And I feel like I get that from my grandfather because he had his own businesses, like he did his own thing, and he was really supportive when I said I wanted my own business. And I just feel like I should do that. I should do what he thought I should do, and obviously he believed in me. He bought me this expensive sewing machine, and I just feel like I should share that with the people that I care about around me. And I feel like I always try to do that, but it doesn't work. But like this time it's about to work, okay? Because I feel it. I feel it in my body, okay? Like, it's gonna work. So yeah, that was it. Look, I made this keychain. Well, we made these keychains last night. And I did this one for me because I love cruising. But I'll like show like a better, but like it's so cool. Like, it won't rub off. Like, I love it. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And that's what I've been planning on doing. That's what I plan on doing. So yeah, hopefully today I remember to use the camera. Because, I have all this camera equipment. I should use it, right? Like, duh, dumb. You have 2 Sony cameras, like, use them, right? So that's what I'm going to do this year. And, you guys got to hold me accountable because sometimes I get lost. Because I just start thinking about other stuff and I just want to do everything. So I'm trying to, like, focus. Like, I have 3 words for the year. Joy, because we've watched Inside Out like 40 times in 2 weeks. Consistency, because I want to be consistent in what I choose to do. And focus. I want to stay focused and stay, on the path that I set for myself. So, yeah, that's about it. I don't know if I'm going to add to this video with stuff that I'm doing today or if that will be like a separate video. I don't know. I do know that I'm hungry, and I do know that I have heartburn right now. So it's like a bad place to be in right now. So yeah, I try to keep my ringer on now so I can hear the cha-chings from Etsy because I've only heard 1 cha-ching. All the other ones, my phone has been on silent because I'm just so used to having my phone on silent. So I'm trying to not do that. We'll see how long that lasts. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully this video is not dark because it's backlit and I'm kind of cold. If you can see that, I'm freezing. So yeah, let's see how it goes.